Welcome back everyone, I'm Aaron from Low and Slow Basics, and in this video we're going to be doing some pork ribs competition style. So to get started, we'll get our smoker going. Going to be using the drum smoker for this cook. So really straightforward, we've just filled up our charcoal basket with some briquettes. If you want to use lump charcoal, go ahead and do that. Just going to get a couple of firelighters in there, light them up, and then we'll wait for our briquettes to have caught light. So we'll leave the lid open so there's plenty of oxygen in there and we'll be back. Right, so we've got about 10 minutes before these briquettes are going to be ready, so let's get these pork ribs trimmed and seasoned. We're going to be using St. Louis trimmed spare ribs, so they've been squared off. We've got rid of that cartilage. I've used baby backs in the past. We got a great appearance and flavour score, but our texture wasn't quite there. I find with baby backs, because they've got that loin meat on them, if it sits in the comp box or it sits out too long before the judges eat it, that meat can really start to tighten up and dry out a little bit. So lately I've been really practicing with spare ribs and I absolutely love the texture. So I can't wait to use this recipe in our next competition. This will be pretty much the exact recipe I'm going to use. So I'll post the results after our next barbecue comp so you can see exactly where this recipe is placed against some of the best teams in Australia. And if you prefer either baby backs or spare ribs, let us know why in the comments below. So let's get these trimmed up. So we've got a little bit of silver skin here. We're just going to get rid of that. And for anyone wondering, we're using the Dow Strong utility knife, a great all-round knife. I use it all the time, probably my most used knife at the moment. Great for trimming steaks, great for trimming everything actually. Good little slicing knife, good for vegetables. If you want to check out the Dow Strong range, I'll put a link down in the description. They ship all over the world and they've got some really nice knives. Got a massive range suited to any sort of type of knife work you want to be doing. Great prices from the high-end stuff to the beginner sort of range. Beautiful marbling in these ribs. We picked these up from Austral Meats. We're just getting rid of any excess fat and silver skin. When I'm choosing competition style ribs, you want nice flat bones. You want them as straight as possible. Preferably, I'd like these bones to be dead straight, but these would still go really nicely. Trim a little bit off the back here. See this flap sort of hanging there. I'll trim that off. That end bone, I'm going to leave in there. We wouldn't hand that in. We're going to be picking 6 ribs, 6 of the best looking ribs. I like to try and pick them from the same rack. That way you know it's going to be a much more consistent eating experience for the judges. But I usually like to cook 2 racks on the day and then you'll just pick your best one to hand in. But if you're not happy with all 6 ribs from the one rack, then definitely favour choosing 3 nice ones from each rack. Now we're going to take the bottom membrane off. So you want a butter knife for this so you don't slice through the membrane. And you just want to go, I usually like going by the second bone in, get your butter knife, slide it up the bone, give it a bit of a wiggle around. You're going to break that membrane, try and go all the way up the bone, through to the other side. And then you can get your finger in there and really start pulling it away. And the next part, you want some paper towel just to make gripping the membrane a whole heap easier. And then we're just going to peel that off all in one shot, hopefully. Just like so. That's really tough stuff and it's just going to toughen up even more as we cook it. A few little bits and pieces to tidy up. We're basically done here. All right, I'm happy with that. That's a really nice looking rack of ribs. All right, so now it's time to season our ribs. You've got to remember in competition barbecue, the judges are only going to take 1 bite, so you want lots of flavour in there, but you also want that flavour to be well balanced. So we're going to build some levels of flavour. We're going to be starting with a rub I'm working on. This is a nice garlic-based sort of all-purpose rub, and then we're going to be using the Heavenly Hell Sweet Succulent Swine. That's a nice sweet rub. And then we're going to top it off with our steak shooter. So that's going to give us some really nice colour and another level of savoury flavour. So we're going to be going savoury, sweet, savoury, and then our glaze at the end is going to be sweet as well. So I've been playing with this recipe for a while, super happy with it. So we're going to coat our ribs in a little bit of mustard. If you don't have mustard, you can use olive oil. That's just really going to help your rub adhere to the meat. So like I said, just give our ribs a nice light coat in mustard both sides, and then we'll layer on our garlic-based one, the sweet one, and then some savoury one with a nice colour, because you do want a nice colour on there as well. It's really going to help your appearance score. So you don't need much. Like I said, mustard is just a binder. It's not going to affect the flavour. It's a bloody windy day, so I've got to be careful here. So there's our garlic one down. And if you're new to our channel, thanks for tuning in, and please consider subscribing, and that way you won't miss any of our next videos. We've got a bunch of videos. We've got over 125 videos at the moment. We release 2 videos every week. We've got lots of instructional videos, right from the basic stuff through to some competition stuff. We're still relatively new to competition barbecue, but we're learning all the time and getting better every time as well. And I highly recommend getting into competition barbecue if you've been thinking about it as well. It's such a fun day out. Get to cook some barbecue. You'll make so many new friends, and hopefully you can win a trophy and maybe some prize money as well. But we just do it for the fun. Get to see some mates, and the prize money and trophies are a good bonus at the end of the day if you're good enough to get a call up. Obviously you want to try and do this outside of the weather because the wind is just blowing everything everywhere at the moment. You want to make sure you get the sides of your ribs as well. So we're just going to finish this off with our steak shooter to make that colour pop. You want to make sure you pat your rub down. You don't want to rub it, otherwise you'll actually rub some of that seasoning off. And I'll put links to everything we're using today down in the description, even stuff we're going to use later in the video, so you don't miss out on it. Right, so our ribs are all seasoned up. Let's see how this smoke is going. Right, so our briquettes are going nicely. So we'll get this lid shut. We'll open up both of our vents wide open. And we'll start getting this smoker up to temperature. Right, so our smoker is just about up to temperature. We've got some smoking wood ready. I like to go with a combination. We've got some pecan and peach, so some really nice nutty and fruit flavoring there. And we're going to be running our smoker at about the 275 Fahrenheit or 135 Celsius range. So once our smoker's at temp, we'll get the rest of it set up. We'll get our smoking wood in and our ribs on. All right, so our smoker's up to temp. Get our smoking wood on. We'll get our heat deflector in, our cooking grate. Oh, you can smell that beautiful peach smoke already. Then we'll get our ribs in. Right, so now our ribs are on. I'm just going to leave them for at least an hour before I check on them. And if they're looking dry, I'll give them a spritz with some apple juice or apple cider vinegar. But ideally, what I'm going to be looking for before we wrap them is some really nice colour and that bark to have set as well. So we'll come back once we've hit that stage. All right, we're just over 2 hours in. Let's have a look. So I'm really happy with that. Starting to get some nice drawback on the bones. The bark's pretty much set all over. We will lose some of that during the wrap, but I'll show you what we'll do after to bring some colour back. Right, so we've got 2 layers of good quality foil. We're going to start by laying down some brown sugar. Then we're also going to lay down some more steak shooter just to help balance the savoury notes out. It's also going to assist with colour. And then we've got some butter. And then I've got this product from Heavenly Hell. It's got some smoked honey in there. It's got fresh raspberries, plus a bunch of other awesome ingredients. This is going to give us some very nice sweetness. So we'll just put a drizzle of this down. And then we'll get our ribs out and lay the meat side down. And in competition, you want to be picking off all of this marrow that sort of oozed out the end of the bones. I'm not going to get too fussed with it right now, because we're just practicing. Then on the underside, do some brown sugar, butter. I'm not going to do steak shooter on the underside, but we're just going to give it another little coat with this glaze fiction. And then we're going to wrap it up nice and tight. And then we can get them back in the smoker, meat side down. So this flavour profile and method is just my personal preference. I would recommend playing around with some flavours. There's so many products on the market that are just full of flavour and so unique. So have a look around, play with some flavours and find what works for you. So those ribs are going to go back into the smoker wrapped up, and I'm not going to check them for around 45 minutes to an hour. And what we're going to be looking for is probe tenderness in between the bones. Now, if we're not happy with them after about 45 minutes to an hour, we're going to wrap them back up, and then we're going to check them every half an hour after that. So I'm going to be looking for probe tenderness. I don't want these falling off the bone. I want a nice bite to them, which I'll show you later on. I'm going to be looking for an internal temperature of around 205 Fahrenheit or 96 degrees Celsius. So we'll be back once we've hit that stage. All right, we've been wrapped up for a little over an hour now. I checked our internal temperature about 20 minutes ago and we were pretty close. So let's have a probe around now and see where we are. It's probing nice and tender. right on that 205 range. So I'm happy with how they're probing, so we'll get these out. So we're just over 3 hours into this cook. I'm gonna let these ribs steam off for a few minutes, and then we're gonna wrap them up and we're gonna rest them until we're ready to glaze them. So if you were in competition and your ribs were done early, now's the time you wanna be resting them until you're ready to glaze them, which is gonna be about a 20-minute process. There's quite a bit of juice in that foil, which is all beautiful flavor. So I like to at least rest my ribs for half an hour, and those ribs are gonna absorb some of that flavor, which is gonna obviously help with moisture retention and of course flavor. So we'll be back once these are rested and we're ready to glaze. All right, so our ribs have had a nice little rest now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna place a little foil boat and a cake rack down, and then we're gonna get our ribs out and return them meat side up. Have a look at that color. So obviously those ribs were wrapped up in a lot of sweet flavors, so we're just gonna give a light dust over with our steak shooter just to balance that savory back out. And that's really going to help absorb some moisture sitting on top of the ribs as well. So our ribs are going to go back in for about 5 minutes, and we're also going to heat up our glaze. You don't want to be putting a cold glaze on, otherwise you'll get brush marks. This Royal Shine is absolute dynamite, awesome color, awesome flavor. So we'll give these about 5 minutes and we'll come back when we're ready to glaze. All right, it's been 5 minutes. Let's give these a glaze. So we're just going to very, very gently, basically going to dab this on. We're not going to brush it. And that is looking amazing. So we're going to give that 5 minutes to set and we'll come back. All right, let's have a look. It's been 5 minutes. If you want to give them a second glaze, by all means go ahead, but I think that is plenty of flavor. So let's get these out. All right, so these ribs look and smell amazing. I'll try and pick them up without ruining too much or burning my hands. Amazing color. So one thing you want to do is pour a bit of sauce on your chopping board. Sort of work it around, and that way when you flip your ribs over, the sauce on the ribs isn't going to stick to the cutting board. You want a nice sharp knife. You don't want to be destroying these ribs. Oh, that looks fantastic. Beautiful. I think I'll try this one. Beautiful, still nice and juicy. Time for a taste. Oh, unbelievable. Unbelievably tasty. I love the end one. Clean bite away from the bone. That flavor combination is out of this world. Really happy with that. I've made a mess, but that's how ribs should be. Stay tuned because after our next competition, I'm going to put the results from using this recipe down in the comments. So thanks for watching and we'll see you next time.